Hey everyone, how's it going? I wanted to start this video off by saying we just hit our first year anniversary on the start of this channel. So to all of you, I want to say thank you for always encouraging me, supporting me, enjoying my content, and always coming back for more. And so today, we're making a cookie cake. Now this cake is soft, sweet, and tasty. And if you want to make something other than a traditional cake for a party, try making this recipe. I mean, who doesn't want to eat a cookie that's the size of a cake? So, let's get started.
Alright, so for the ingredients, we're going to need 3/4 cup of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature, 1 cup of packed light or dark brown sugar, 1 large egg plus 1 large egg yolk, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of milk chocolate chips. And optionally for this recipe, you can also use chocolate buttercream for decorating the cookie cake. Alright, so to get things started, you want to preheat an oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. And you want to spray a 9-inch cake pan with non-stick spray, and you can set that aside for now. Now, in a large size bowl, using either a handheld mixer or a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, you want to beat the butter for about 1 minute on medium speed until the butter is completely smooth and creamy. Once the butter's smooth, we can go ahead and add in our brown sugar slowly and beat the mixture on medium speed until it's creamy. And this should take about 1 more minute. And you always want to make sure you scrape down the sides of the bowl and on the bottom of the bowl to make sure that all the sugar gets a chance to mix in with the butter. So once you do that, you can start mixing it again. And now you want to add in your egg, the egg yolk, and the vanilla extract, all on medium-high speed until the mixture is well combined. Don't forget to bake that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the first recipe dropping from Season 2 of Chef Vic Cuisine. Once again, like we did before, you want to scrape down the sides of the bowl and at the bottom of the bowl as well, just to make sure that all the ingredients have a chance to get mixed together. Give these ingredients one more spin, and this creates the wet ingredients of this recipe. Now, in a separate large-sized bowl, you want to mix together the flour, the cornstarch, the baking soda, and the salt until it's well combined. And this creates the dry ingredients for this recipe. Now, on low speed, we want to add in a 1/3 portion of the dry mix into the wet ingredients. Allow this to whisk on low speed until the dry is incorporated into the wet, and then add another 1/3 portion of the dry mixture. Allow the new dry portion to fully incorporate into the mixture, and then finally add the last portion of the dry mixture into the bowl. This will create a very thick dough, so you may want to use a dough hook attachment instead of the paddle attachment, if you have one available to you. Now you want to add the cup of chocolate chips to the bowl. I normally like to save about 10 chips for later for the decorating process. And all you need to do is mix the chocolate chips with the dough for about 10 seconds until they're all evenly incorporated. And so now you have the completed cookie cake batter. And now you want to place the cookie dough batter into the prepared pan that you buttered earlier on in the process. You want to press the cookie dough into the prepared pan so that it fills the pan completely. I normally use a rubber spatula for this process. It makes it really easy. And it's at this stage where you can add those remaining chocolate chips to the top surface of the cookie batter. This is purely for aesthetics and to make the cookie cake look better once it's finished baking. Now you want to bake this for 20 to 24 minutes or until the cake is lightly golden brown. And a way to check for doneness is to insert a toothpick in the center of the cookie cake, and if it comes out clean, the cookie cake is ready to be taken out of the oven. You may also want to cover the cake loosely with aluminum foil while it's baking after about 15 minutes to avoid over browning the top surface and the edges of the cake. And so while the cookie cake bakes, I normally like to prepare the buttercream that I'm going to use for decorating the cake. And like I said earlier in the video, this is a completely optional step. The cake will taste great even without the use of the buttercream. So once the cookie cake is ready to be taken out of the oven, you want to place it onto a wire rack to allow it to cool completely. And once it's cooled, you can use a sharp knife to release the sides of the cookie cake from the pan. And then you can transfer that to a serving dish. But I always like to decorate the cake while it's still in the pan. So my normal go-to is a simple ring of frosting around the outer edge of the cookie cake. And because this is the 1-year anniversary of Chef Vic Cuisine on YouTube, this is a special shout out and cookie cake for you all to celebrate it. So I just wanted to say again, thank you all so much for all the support that you show me on my channel. I can't wait to see what's next on our second season of Chef Vic Cuisine. Oh, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but I have some bonus recipes that I'm going to be sharing from my first cookbook as well. So stay tuned for those in the near future. And just like that, you've made your very own cookie cake. This is an amazing alternative to a traditional cake if you want to surprise a special someone for a celebration. This cake is soft, chewy, and sweet, and the perfect balance of chocolate versus cookie. Like I mentioned before, the chocolate buttercream is optional. You can also decorate the cookie cake with whipped cream or top it with some vanilla ice cream instead. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 1, Finding Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon. And up until tomorrow, the ebook is going for half off. So make sure you take advantage of that while you still can. And the link to that is in the description box. So let's cut into the cake and see how we did. As you can see, we have a nice firm top crust with the entire slice easily coming out of the pan. And look at that beautiful texture of the crumb of the cake and the super melted delicious chocolate. Each bite is bursting with flavor, and I know you all are going to love this cookie cake. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned for next week, where I show you the first recipe from Volume 2, my chocolate chip buttermilk pancakes. These are so delicious and really easy to make. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week on the official start of Season 2 of Chef Vic Cuisine. Peace.